Hi, and welcome to the Shoot from the Heart podcast with me, Diane Bell. If you want to write a script, make a movie, or quite simply live an abundant and creatively fulfilled life, you are in the right place. Each week I'll share with you tips, techniques, and real-world information that will inspire and empower you on your path. Thank you so much for joining me. I am rooting for you all the way. Let's do this. Hello, beautiful filmmakers, screenwriters, and creative souls. How are you today? Welcome to episode 54 of the Shoot from the Heart podcast. Today I have something that I think is really special for you. I'm sharing an excerpt from Operation Greenlight. This is actually from the fifth and final lesson. And it's on the subject of getting to the island of filmmaking success. In the first part of Operation Greenlight, I introduced this analogy that essentially for each of us, we have this island that we're trying to reach, the island of filmmaking success. And in order to get there, we choose a boat. The boat is our script or our film project, and we try to get there. And there's all different kinds of boats. There's big boats, fancy boats, little boats, all the boats. And you are trying to sail to that island. That is our common goal. So in this session, you're going to hear a lot about this analogy and how to get to that island and what it means, really. I hope you enjoy this. These classes just really were something special. Something special happened in them. I think everyone who was there would say that easily. And the feedback from them has been phenomenal. They are no longer in our Facebook group, but I am right now uploading them and getting them ready so that you will be able to get access to them if you want to. So stay tuned for information about that. If you're on the email list, you will get a special discount code so that you can purchase these and keep them forever. The 5 classes were about the subject of how to get to the green light, which is the island of filmmaking success. So have a listen to this. This is a 20-minute excerpt from what was an hour-and-a-half class. So you can imagine, this is just a little peek at it. But I hope you enjoy this. And here we go. My hope and my aim overall is to make your journey to the island of filmmaking success easier, better, more fun, more joyful, more beautiful. A journey that you just enjoy, a journey that you just rejoice in every day. Because to me, this is what it's all about. This should not be a struggle. So many of us get into this headspace of, oh, this is hard. I'll never make it. Not many people do. It's really, really difficult. How are we going to do this? And we start to feel powerless and small and like it's not fun. But this is the most amazing journey. This is the funnest journey. Once you've decided you want to get to the island of filmmaking success, I tell you, it's incredible. Now, that's not to say that there won't be hard days. You have each selected a boat. We talked about this. Your boat is your script. And no matter what your boat is, there's probably going to be hard days. We kind of like to imagine that our journey to the island of filmmaking success is going to be like, we get on the boat, it's a beautiful yacht, we go out to the sea, it's like crystal clear, sunny day, the sea is like glass. We're just sitting on the boat with our sunglasses and our glass of champagne, and it's just like smooth sailing, and we arrive at the island just as the sun is going down. It's beautiful, there's dolphins all around, it's amazing, it's been so easy and amazing and all that. We'd like that, we'd like to imagine that. Maybe we wouldn't like that, I don't know. And sometimes if it's not that, we think there's something wrong. And to be honest, for most of us, it won't be like that. It's never been like that for me. It definitely wasn't like that. It's hard. When you decide you want to get to that island and you've chosen your boat and you leave the harbor, that's what you're going to do after today. If you haven't already done it, you're going to be leaving the harbor in your boat, setting sail. A lot of things can come up. There can be unpredictable weather. A storm just suddenly hits you, big waves, even a tsunami. You might encounter sea monsters. I'm warning you now, they are out there. They're not myths. There's krakens. Ask Jack Sparrow. Your boat also might have problems. You might find you've got a leaky one. You might find your sails get ripped. The engine fails. You run out of gas. Crew fall overboard, never to be seen again. Not unheard of. Your boat might sink. You might have days at sea where it is so foggy you cannot see anything. You'll have days where you think that island does not exist. This was a myth. We're crazy. What am I doing in this boat? Take me back to land. Those days will come. For many of us, they happen. They're real. You have days where you just feel like, I'm just lost at sea. I don't know how to get there. I don't know which way to go. My compass isn't working. It's just spinning around. I don't know. I'm lost. That happens too. But what I want you to know, and I want you to know this with all your body right now, is that the island does exist. The island of filmmaking success exists for you, your island. And as I said before, we're not all trying to get to the same island. No two people go to the same island. Everyone's island is a unique island for them. It exists. It's real. In the quantum field of infinite possibilities, of infinite possible outcomes, and these exist. This is real. This is the quantum field. It all exists. There is an outcome in which you have total success with your script, with your filmmaking. But you have to get in the boat, and you have to stay in the boat, and you have to do it. And you have to keep faith even when you just feel like, oh, this will never work. What am I doing? You might have days where you say, I don't even want to get to that stupid island. Many of us have those days. What was I thinking? I don't even want it. I don't want that island. Don't do that to yourself. Don't go there. You do want to get to this island. If you didn't, you would not be here right now in this group. You wouldn't be here. So you've already decided. There's a part of you that has already decided, and now you just have to decide with everything. And you have to decide in such a strong way that you don't give up, no matter how hard it gets. That you remember what I say now. On those days where it's like, oh my God, what am I doing? This is never going to work. That island doesn't exist for me. Maybe there's no island for me. Maybe everybody else has got that island except for me. They have that island, that person has that person has that island, but not me. There's no island for me. It exists. I want you to remember that. When you're on that journey and when things get hard, I just want you to remember this moment, this day where I told you. That day may come where you just think, can't do this. It's not for me. And you remember what I said? Your island is there. You just can't see it right now. Sometimes things will happen so that you feel like you were getting close to it and now you've just suddenly been hurled so far back. You're back in the port. That's okay. It happens in all different ways. The journey is different for all of us. Your island exists. You're here right now with me for a reason. Because you have this desire in your heart to sell or to make your film, to have your film greenlit, to have your script greenlit, to have it made into a movie. That's why you're here. If it hasn't happened yet, it's because it hasn't happened yet, not because it's not meant to happen. If 6 months from now it still hasn't happened, that doesn't mean it's never going to happen. It's not meant for you. It just means it hasn't happened yet. You have a boat. Yay! Most people don't have boats. Most people don't even dare to build the boat. You built the boat. You built the boat. Let that settle in. That is amazing. You have a boat. Might be a big ship. Might be a little dinghy. Might be a yacht, might be anything in between. You have a boat. You did that. And you can get to the island. A ship in harbor is safe, Andrea said, but that's not what ships are built for. 100%. And if we go out to sea thinking that we're only in this if the weather stays nice, we're only going to stay on this boat if it's all easy and good, if the wind is always in our sails, if we go into it with that attitude, we're not going to get very far. You have to be willing to embrace it all, to love it all. Even the days where you're just like clinging onto the mast for dear life and see it all as part of some glorious adventure that is yours and yours alone. And see that it is even the hard parts, that there's something about them that you can learn from them. So if you stay committed, If you stay absolutely committed to this journey and you know it's going to be hard and you're willing to go through the hard times, you're willing to learn the lessons of the hard times and keep going because you know the island is there. Even if you can't see it, you know it is there. If you're willing to do that, you will get there. You will get there. You'll make it. And when you make it, the most incredible thing is, and you all know this already, the joy of reaching the island itself will be wonderful and you'll be so happy. You'll be like, yay, I made it to the island. My film is made. People watching your film, getting awards for your film, getting money for your film, having incredible experiences, going to festivals around the world with your film, all kinds of things. All kinds of amazing things come when you get to that island. But you know the best part of getting to that island? The best part of it all is when you look back at the journey and you feel this pride and this awareness of who you became to get here, what you did, what you were willing to do, how you did this. And we all know this. It's not about getting to the island. It's actually not about the island at all. It is about the journey. It is about the journey. And you're going to look back when you get to the island and you look back at it, you're just going to be like, oh my God. Like I remember that day when it was so hard. I remember that day when it seemed there was no way. I remember that day when I was just like crushed. But I kept going. You'll be so proud of yourself. And that is the real beauty of this. And if you can recognize it at all now, as you are going on the journey, if you can realize it already, this is amazing. I get to write a script. I get to make this happen. I get to like go out there and have this adventure, my adventure. And I get to rise above it and I get to like meet these challenges. I get to pick myself up when I am crushed down. This is amazing. This is amazing. And when you cultivate that and it's already like, you know the island is there. You know you're going to reach it. So you can stop stressing about that. The island is there. The island exists. Okay, it's there. Done. You don't have to worry about that anymore. Does my island exist? Yes, it does. Yes, it's there. 100%. You can't see it. That's okay. But you're going to get there. Now enjoy the frickin' journey. Enjoy it. Instead of thinking, this is hard, this is scary, this is stressful, I don't know what to do, no one's interested in me, I have no power. Screw all that. Get on your boat and have a frickin' party every day. Pump up your anthem loud. So you're just like floating out in the ocean and you're not going anywhere. There's no wind in your sails. You're just floating, you're just drifting. Stick your anthem on and dance. Now, I want to tell you honestly, you may not make it to the island with this boat. You may not make it with this boat. I didn't make it with my first boat. So my first boat, as you know, I did sell the script. The boat got out of the harbor. It got so close. I could see the island. I could smell the flowers on the island. It got so close and then the boat sank. If you know the story, you'll know the actor pulled out and it just all fell apart. I mean, the finance was there. Everything was in place. It was so close and it fell apart. I was devastated. I cried. My boat sank. I was so close to the island and it sank. The second boat I got on was a massive ocean liner. I was like, this is too big to sink. This was the ship that John McTiernan, the director of movies like Die Hard and Hunt for Red October, he was the captain of that ship, and I was the screenwriter for it. He was the director and the captain, and I was writing the script. I was like, this is too big to fail. This is a huge ocean liner. Woohoo! I am getting to the island. There is no way this is going down. And then we hit an iceberg. McT was arrested by the FBI. There's no guarantees. There's no guarantee with any boat or any ship. I got on another boat. Someone paid for that boat, so that was nice. Someone paid up front for me to create that boat, so that was amazing. But the boat never even left the harbor. It was their boat. They chose not to take it out of the harbor. It kind of sucked. I built them a beautiful boat. We didn't even leave the harbor in it. I made another boat. And that's it. It's like boat. There was 6 boats before I made the boat that got me to the island of filmmaking success. But all of those boats were absolutely essential for me to create the one that did get me there. I could not have made it there in the boat that I did ultimately had I not built those other boats and gone out sailing with them. Every day that you spend on the sea, no matter what the outcome of that day is, will increase your chances of getting there. You will learn. You will learn. And if you take that attitude, once you've locked it in, the island exists, I know that my island exists, it's there. Now my job is just to keep going. So the boat that you have right now, the script, it may not be, it may not. I'm just going to be honest. Some of them will be, some of them won't be. But trust that even if this one isn't, even if it sinks, maybe in the middle of the sea, maybe when it gets close, whatever it sinks, that you take the lessons from it. Build new boats, keep going out to sea, keep going out to sea, keep putting the things out there. Do not become afraid of the sea. Do not doubt the existence of the island. As I said, I guarantee you your island exists. That's done. Don't need to worry about that anymore. The question really is just about you. Will you keep going out to sea and just enjoying it? Just enjoying the journey. No matter what the journey is. Grateful every day, grateful. Every day that you wake up and you still have a boat, grateful. And when you wake up and there's no boat because it did get sunk, you cry, you mourn, you grieve, and then you build a new boat and you take to sea again. And that's how you'll get there, and you will get there. Everyone will tell you this is a really hard journey. It's really hard. Not many people make it. You hang out in any sort of normal group of people, that's what you'll hear. Nah. You'll never sell that screenplay. How many times did I hear that? How many times have I heard that in my life? I cannot even count them. You'll never sell that. That'll never work. You have to just tune out the naysayers and believe in your boat. You're a sailor. You're a captain. Keep building the boats and just love the life of the sea. Sing the sea shanties. Just sing the sea shanties and enjoy it. And other people don't understand us. There's a whole bunch of people who just they have no understanding of why you would build a boat and why you would risk going to sea and what that is even about. Because there are risks. As I say, there are dangers. There will be pain. There will be hurt. There will be rejection. There will be days of feeling completely defeated by it. That's why most people just choose to stay on land. They're like, I'm not doing that. I'm not building a boat and going to sea. What kind of nut job are you? But if you hear the calling, and you've heard the calling, otherwise you wouldn't be here with me. If you hear the calling, then you do it. And you keep doing it. And you just do it for the joy of it. And you grow to just love even the rough days at sea, because at least you're at sea. You are doing it. They don't understand at all. No, they don't. And you don't have to. The thing that I've discovered in life is they don't have to. It's all fine. We're all on our own paths. We all have our own journeys. We're all trying to get to very different kinds of islands, and it's all fine. But you've chosen this one. You don't need to talk to people who don't understand it. You don't need to share about this journey, because they'll just be like, well, why are you even doing this? Just be happy here on the land. But you've got sea legs. And that's why even when you get to the island, you'll realize that the glory was really the journey, was being on the boat. That was the best part of it. And how you navigated it through those really tough waters. Just enjoy it. Now, I hope through this, and what I want to do is just reframe your idea of the fear of it being hard, the fear of rejection, the fear of it not working, all the fears that we can have when we're about to get out on the boat and take this journey, the fear that we'll never make it, the fear that the island doesn't exist. And I just really want you to reframe this and see this as an exciting adventure, to see that this is something wonderful and something to celebrate every day, and to see that even the hard things can be the good things. I think you've probably all been on a hike where you're going up a mountain and it's just a little too hard. Has everyone done that? And there's a part of that when you're going up that mountain that you're like, why am I even doing this? I want to go back. And then when you get to the top, you're so glad you did it. It's exactly like that. And you're like, oh my God, it was worth it every step. And actually the fact that it was hard kind of makes it even better. I mean, you could have taken the cable car up, right? You could have taken the ropeway or something. But the fact that you climbed it, just like, oh, I did that. Because I always say to people, if it's your calling, it's meant for you. If it's a true desire in your heart to tell the story, to get that story out there, to make that film, if it's a true desire in your heart, it's meant for you, and it will come to you if you stay on the path. Absolutely. The feeling you've earned it, priceless. Absolutely. And you will. And who you become on that journey, because as we've said from the start, it's like you're learning, you're growing. Everything, every part of it. You have to become people you never thought you'd be. You have to be a person who, if you decide to make your own movie, you have to be a person who decides, I'm going to ask people for money. I'm not going to be afraid about that. I've been afraid about that all my life, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to stand for what I believe in. I'm going to fight for this film. It's so incredible, like who you will become on this journey and the things you will learn and the ways you will grow. And to me, that's why we're on it. It's not just so we get to the island and we get to sunbathe, we step off our yacht, with our glass of champagne and we lie down and sunbathe. It's not that. It wouldn't be as meaningful, it wouldn't be as rich if it was that. It's when we get there and we've lived it, we're like wind beaten and we're all sun and we've lived it. And it's just amazing. And now we're at the island and we freaking did it. It's so worth it. So worth it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this excerpt. I hope it has inspired you, given you some fuel for your journey, made you feel just a little bit more sure that if you stay on this path, you can achieve your biggest dreams, your biggest goals, that your island is out there waiting for you and your job is just to keep rowing. And if necessary, get on another boat, build another boat and take another boat. As always, if you've enjoyed this session, please, please, please share about it on social media. I appreciate that so much. Or leave a review. That is also so appreciated so that other people can find this. I love you so much. I'm so grateful that you have spent this time with me today. It means so much to me. Be in touch. Stay in touch. I love you and see you next week. Bye-bye.